Hello, this is Canon Spectacle. I'm here with a match of something I'm super excited about. This is going to be the Pro Tour Gauntlet. So what's going to happen is I'm going to be randomly assigned one of a set of top 8 decks that from the last Pro Tour, and I'm going to get to run through the gauntlet with it. And so it's 60 play points or 6 event tickets, and it sounds like it's going to be super fun. So I'm going to go ahead and join this queue, and then I'll pause the video and unpause it once I've received what deck I've got. Okay, so what do we have here? Okay, I've got a red-green Titan Shift deck. Now, the Titan Shift deck looks super sweet. I was hoping to be able to get Blue Moon, but, I mean, Titan Shift is pretty sweet. So, I got some Lightning Bolts for removal. Okay, so I suppose I should run through what the game plan is for this deck. So, we got this card, Valakut the Molten Pinnacle. And it reads that whenever a mountain enters the battlefield under my control, if I control at least 5 other mountains, I may have Valakut the Molten Pinnacle deal 3 damage to target creature or player. So, and then there's 27 lands in this deck, most of which are mountains. So got the 1 Stomping Ground and 4 Cinderglade. A lot of basics. So the goal with this deck is to use all these ramp spells. So Colony Heart Expedition, Search for Tomorrow, Sakura Tribe Elder, to get a bunch of lands in play, and then I cast Scape Shift, which Scape Shift says I can sacrifice any number of my lands and then search my library for that many lands and put them on the battlefield tapped. So what I do is I build up to, I believe the magic number is 7 lands, so that I can Scape Shift away, grab Valakut and 6 mountains, and then deal 18 damage to my opponent that way, since Valakut triggers for all of them, since they all enter the battlefield at the same time. One of the key ways to ramp is with this Primeval Titan, which is also just a good card on its own. So when it enters the battlefield or attacks, I get to search my library for 2 lands, put them on the battlefield, tapped, then shuffle my library. So yeah, this deck seems like a lot of fun to play. So Summoner's Pact is additional copies of Primeval Titan. Sideboard, Sudden Shock is for Infect, Nature's Claim for artifacts and enchantments, Ancient Grudge for affinity, Anger for little creature decks, Beast Within, I don't actually know. Obstinate Baloth comes in against Burn and Jund. Inferno Titan, I also don't know what to bring that in against. But yeah, this seems like it's going to be fun, so let's get to some matches, why don't we? I'll go ahead and pause the video. Okay, so I'm here with the first match, and I won the die roll, so I'm going to go first. Let's see, this hand. I think this is fine. I don't know the deck that well, but I'm going to keep this. And I'll lead on a fetch land. Probably getting a do I want to get a basic forest? Or is the Stomping Ground? I don't know. I'll wait until my opponent's end step to decide. So let's see, I can, next turn, I can Sakura Tribe Elder. Okay, Gitaxian Probe. So that makes me think this is Infect. So I think I'm going to so I'll fetch for, I think I just want a basic forest here. I don't know. Verdant Catacombs. Oh! Oh no, this is the Death Shadow deck. I think. Nope, it's Infect. Okay. So I think that makes me want to make Sakura Tribe Elder my next turn, my next play. So I'll sacrifice this, and do I want a forest? Yeah, I think I'll just get a basic forest here. That way, when I play my Cinder Glade, it can come in untapped. Alright, so I draw another Sakura Tribe Elder. That's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and play it out. And then, so when Glistener Elf attacks, I can block, and before damage is dealt, sacrifice Sakura Tribe Elder to get another land. So Wooded Foothills from our opponent. Okay. Okay, for those of you who don't know what Infect is, so it's an ability on a creature that says whenever this creature deals damage to a creature, it deals that damage in the form of -1/-1 counters. And, oh, this is a Dismember. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice this now. And Infect creatures deal damage to players in the form of poison counters. Okay, I think I get another forest here. So anyway, and with poison counters, if you have 10 or more poison counters, then you lose. And they are all but impossible to remove. Okay, so we're going to take 5. That's rather unfortunate. Well, I definitely know I'm bringing in the sudden shocks. Okay, so I'm 5 poison away from just dying. Okay, there's a Valakut. Didn't exactly want to draw one of those. I think I'm gonna explore here. Okay, so I draw the Stomping Ground. I'll play Windswept Teeth. Oh, I should have played Cinder Glade there. Oh well. I'll crack Windswept Teeth. I'll get a Cinder Glade. Play out another Sakura Tribe Elder. Play Valakut tapped. Pass the turn. Next turn I can play out a Primeval Titan, which is big game. Okay, Noble Hierarch. Does our opponent have a Distortion strike? Okay, they don't. So I'm going to assume they're going to attack, force the chump block here. So I'll block. And sacrifice this. Get my last basic forest, I suppose. Take no damage. Alright, search for tomorrow. You're a bit late. Okay, so I think I'm going to play out the Primeval Titan. Let's see what I think I'll grab. Valakut. Play Cinderglade. Suspend search for tomorrow. And pass. Now, Primeval Titan can eat Glistener Elf, or maybe just trade for it. Ooh, Ink Moth. That's not great. Might of Old Krosa. Okay, so if I block, if I block the Glistener Elf, it'll now be a trade, since it's now a 5/5 and it'll get exalted. If he has another pump spell, it's gonna be, he's gonna eat my Primeval Titan, but I have to block. I should have grabbed some more mountains instead of Valakuts there. Okay, so let's block here. Hope I draw Scape Shift. Scape Shift would be a great draw. Now they have an Inkmoth Nexus. Spellskite! Oh, Spellskite's a great draw. So now I can start redirecting all their pump effects. And so now they'll, I mean, unfortunately I'm on a 3-turn clock. But from the Inkmoth Nexus getting exalted from Noble Hierarch. But that buys me a few turns. I'm just gonna not play this Stomping Ground. There's no real need. Gitaxian Probe. Okay, so now he knows about the Stomping Ground. He knows that I'm not just holding a bolt. He's dealt a lot of damage to himself. I don't even need to Scape Shift for that much. Oh. Oh man. Okay, so the interaction here is that Vines of Vastwood doesn't actually grant hexproof. It says it can't be the target of spells or abilities your opponents control. So, actually that doesn't affect me that much. So, that means Spellskite can't be the target of spells or abilities my opponents control this turn, okay? It's going to activate Inkmoth. Go ahead and change the target of Might of Old Krosa. Maybe our opponent wasn't aware of how that interaction actually worked. Using that trick is great in the Infect Mirror, because you can make it so that their creature can't be the target of your opponent. You can make so your opponent's creature can't be the target of your opponent's pump spells. Okay, so I get to cast Search for Tomorrow. This time I'm going to get a mountain. I should have gotten mountains instead of Valakuts, because if I get enough mountains down, I can get value Valakut. And an Explore, okay. That's not the worst. Okay, and I drew 2 land. So I will not pay 2 life. And then I'll play 1 Swept-Heath. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's if you control 5 other mountains. So I can't just deal 3 with this Windswept-Heath. Well, actually, I don't know if I can. I think I'm going to try to find out. And if it doesn't work, well, then I fetched. Ooh. Oh, okay, that sucks. Alright, so my Spellskite's dead. I'm gonna wake up Blinkmoth. Gonna swing. Is he gonna go for the kill? Yes, he is. Alright, time to find out if this will actually work the way I want it to. Nope. Okay. Good games. Okay, so sideboarding against Infect. What do I want? Okay, what's not good against Infect? Spellskite is obviously incredible. I don't actually know what to take out. Relics, I guess, don't really do all that much. So bring in the sudden shocks. I don't know, maybe I cut an Explore? Maybe I cut a land? I don't know. Maybe I think it might be correct to just cut a forest. Do I want any of these other stuff? I think it's fine. Alright, yes, I would like to play first. Okay, what does this hand do? So I got 3 lands. I've got to search for tomorrow so I can... I don't know. But I think I'm gonna keep this. Wooded foothills. Search for... Do I want stomping ground or forest here? I think I kind of want to get the basic forests out of my deck. No. My life total isn't hugely important, so I'm just gonna err on the side of caution and get stomping ground. Suspend the search for tomorrow and pass. Hopefully I draw some interaction. Gataxian Probe. Okay, so they know what's up. They know that I don't have any interaction. Probably writing down my hand. And no land drop? Wow. Okay, so take a suspend off my... Okay, so there's another land. That's a pretty good sign, I think. So I think I go mountain explore. Draw another fetch land. Okay. Play that, and I'll pass. So I'm set up to have 5 lands on turn 3. And our opponent misses another land drop? Wow. Well, let's go ahead and fetch. Go ahead and grab Cinderglade here. And I'll just get a basic forest with this search for tomorrow. And we drew another land. Well. I could Summoner's Pact for Sakura Tribe Elder. That doesn't do anything. So I'm going to play Windswept Teeth and pass. And our opponent misses another land drop. See, they boarded in Nature's Claim. What are they worried about? Okay, let's fetch. I guess I can get a forest here. Discard Dismember. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and fetch up a mountain. And play out Primetime. Let's see. I want to get Valakut. And how many mountains do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Potentially 5. So I think I do want to get another mountain. So I'll just get a basic mountain. And I'll pass the turn. If I wanted to, I could Summoner's Pact and get an... Okay, so our opponent scoops. Alright. Do I want to sideboard differently against Infect? Let's see, on the draw, I think it's fine to just run this back. Alright, opponent chooses to go first. And this hand. It's really slow. But I've got answers. I mean, I can turn one. Well, okay, turn one, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to play one of these enters the battlefield tapped lands. Probably Valakut. Well, actually, Cinderglade's probably better in case I draw an Explore. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to try this. Taxian Probe. Okay, so he knows what to play around. He knows that I have a oh, that's what he brought in the Nature's Claims for. Spellskite. So he knows I have a Spellskite. He knows I can bolt his turn one play. Pendelhaven into Glistener Elf. Yep. Okay, so Wooded Foothills means I can go ahead and lead on a bolt and still have an untapped land to play next turn. And an untapped land that fetches for green in case I draw Explorer. So, or Soccer Tribe Elder. So I'm going to just go Mountain Lightning Bolt. Pass the turn. And our opponent has Ink Moth and another Glistener Elf. Huh. Well, I assume that they're going to just... I'm going to go ahead and fetch Basic Forest so that when I play my Cinderglade, it enters untapped. And I'll play Spellskite. Pass the turn. So he's gonna be able to get in for 3 here so far. Because he can pump if he spends his whole turn. Or he can do that. The unfortunate thing about this version of the Scapeshift deck is that I don't have any counter magic. So, okay, so he probably has like a Groundswell. Or maybe not. Okay, there's another Lightning Bolt. That's a pretty good draw. So I think I'm just going to play this Valakut, suspend search for tomorrow, and pass. Okay, Noble Hierarch. So he's going to get in for 2. I'll see if he plays a pump spell. If he doesn't pump this up, I'm gonna not do anything. Because then he could, if I cast Lightning Bolt, he can pump it in response. That's pretty bad for me. And then he trades a pump spell for my Lightning Bolt, and then his creature gets bigger and deals more. More land. Yeesh. I think I'll play Wooded Foothills and pass. I'll grab a Stomping Ground tapped end of turn. And one thing I could do is fire off the Summoner's Pact, but that doesn't really get me anywhere until I can actually cast the Primeval Titan. Okay, so there's a Might of Old Krosa. So I think what I have to do is bolt this here. And if he has another pump spell, he has another pump spell. And then I'm just dead. But I mean, if he has another pump spell, I'm dead anyways. Okay, Mutagenic Growth doesn't save it. Does he have another one? Yeah, he has another pump spell. Or an Apostle's Blessing. Why didn't he just cast Vines first? Whatever. I'm dead anyways. So yeah, because it'll be... So it'll have 5 power, 6, 7... Then 8 when it attacks, and that's enough for lethal. So I'm just going to concede here. Well, first match of the Pro Tour Gauntlet didn't go so well. Fortunately, this is a Swiss, so I get to do some more playing. So, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, which will be the next round.